So, some, I don't know if I would call it finishing touches, but, things that I may have overlooked. I overlook a lot of things. Let's see. So, there should probably be a shadow here. I'm not sure how large it would be, depending on, how close or how far this thing is to the ground as well. But I'm guessing something like this will work as a shadow. Maybe not touching the thing would help. Again, tangencies are so hard to avoid, I gotta admit, you know. So just having a shadow at least, or indicating that there may be a shadow there, kind of helps, you know, feel like it's closer there. I did kind of change up the premise of our story with this being maybe a giant tree root, tree stump thing. So let's see if we can play with that story on a whole separate layer up top here. Um, Gonna have to really manage my values if I'm gonna do this right. But basically, this is gonna have to feel more tree-like in order for me to sell that idea. You can't half-ass an idea like that. Gotta go full ass on it. See, now it kind of feels more like a tree. Yes, yes. Yeah, okay. So, something like that. Maybe this is another tree. Maybe. Now you're getting out of control. You got these. Yeah, this part here, though, it's creating a tangency, so you gotta paint that out so that it makes more sense. Like so. Let's see here. This thing's getting crazy hot on the colors. I, I, I don't mind having that. In fact, I may actually boost up the colors more as time goes on here, because I do feel like all these elements here are kind of so faded that it's like, come on, like live a little, get this thing to look. Yeah, isn't my eye supposed to get here? So shouldn't this thing be a bit more cool looking, a little brighter, maybe? All right, let's see what other things. I think I need like maybe an actual tree in the foreground, or maybe that might be like misleading. Maybe this should be more like a bush or something. I'm just trying to make a more interesting silhouette when I can. If I've got too many lumpy, swirly, round shapes, I think we need some sharper, whatever. Yeah, it's like maybe a bit of contrast, right? Sometimes, you can also come back here and go like, that stuff's not far enough away. Let's knock it back another bit into the background. That way, that city, whatever that is much further away from us. Here's another cool thing I can do, which is whatever I got here. Like, whatchamacallit, it's gonna reflect, right? So Control Shift C, Control V. I'm just gonna flip that thing around upside down like that. Try and do this vertically, and then I'm just gonna fade it a bit, right? Like so. And then on this thing, what we can do is come back with this little smudge bit. Well, maybe not with the square. Let's see. I don't know. Yeah, like that, maybe. Just kind of making it feel like it's on water, making some ripples, etc. in the water. And then if you've got like a really nice highlight somewhere, you can actually get a nice reflection too while you're at it. So let's go back to that layer up top here. So I think I actually have a brush that's called like water ripples or something. Maybe, might want to find it if you can. FX brushes. Spent all day trying to find a brush too. Smoke, clouds, paint chips. I don't know, water effect. There you go. I've got a brush. And it's like, I've got an app for that. I've got a brush for that. Let me do it on a new layer. Let's go a little brighter so that I can actually see it. Doing anything? Yeah, it is. Kind of doing kind of a weird thing, actually. Yeah, you're not gonna see that unless I dodge it, dupe it. You know, it's too gimmicky. I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it. Paint it in. Don't rely on that brush. It's kind of trash. Just gonna, just gonna paint it in. So, and by painting, I mean go in with the selection tool and make all these weird horizontal dashes. Get some ripples that are kind of reflections of the sky. Alright, now paint it in. Hide. Wait, hide. Control H. is wrong with this brush? Is the layer low or something? Or, oh, that's why. This should be above that. I was like, why am I not seeing it? Kind of like seeing bits of the sky here. Kind of cool. I like it. Control J. Gonna flip this thing around. Yeah, it's very easy to actually recognize the dupe. So what you do is you gotta like erase back out and then make more selections. Hide and paint the sky. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Let's see, what else? What else can we do? I'm kind of putting the finishing touches here as we're talking. I think we can. This is kind of where I also ignore a lot of my rules as far as like layer organization. It's like when I go into finishing touches mode, I just paint over the top like it was a traditional painting. You know, it's like I just no longer want to be bothered with like layer organization at that point. I just want to get it to the finish line. Hide. I'm just trying to get some of the colors there in the background, over here in the foreground as well. Seeing if I, and then I just kind of come back, erase away, make it more painterly-ish. Let's see. Do you feel that I may have gone too far with some of this atmospheric perspective stuff? So I don't know. Maybe I'll do a overlay layer where I'm coming in and just going to use this circular gradient, classic gradient tool, and oh, can't do that. It's going to be like, yeah, like a multiply or something on it. Huh, makes me wonder. Go yellow. A little bit too monochromatic, but then if we Oh, kind of neat. A little bit more on that pink, and then kind of darken stuff down maybe, like that. And then what that can allow me to do is actually mask out certain areas. I don't know if this will work, but let's try it. I can mask it out and then come back in with, say, like a just a blurry, round kind of brush. See if I have anything like that. I don't know. So, like, this could bring back some of the previous palette, right? Which is a little bit less golden and a little bit more on the blue side, actually. Oh, getting that a little darker. It's kind of, ooh, that's kind of a neat idea. So what am I doing right now? Well, I'm coming in and I'm masking out aspects of my picture where I feel like I could bring back the blue and some of the sky. So that I can have a bit more contrast as to. I'm just kind of doing it through these paint strokes. Not sure if this is giving me the effect I deserve, but there were parts of this sky that I really liked. I feel like I lost when I darkened everything. And you can always paint it back in because I'm just masking here. I like hitting just a little bit of this. Well, if I wanted that to get pushed back, maybe I lock it back this way. Yeah, it feels more like a painting. I do this. Oh, he's like, just tone it down a little bit. Just kind of almost like a Instagram filter, isn't it? Just a little bit, a little enhance. And then I can maybe come back with this, like a color dodge as well. Actually, before you do color dodge, let's do like a full multiply and just kind of darken everything. What I just did there was I created what's called a vignette, which is I'm burning the corners a little bit, a lot actually, and keeping the middle part kind of similar. That way, our eye kind of focuses into the middle section of our composition. And it's kind of a photographer's trick, um, but yeah, that tends to work sometimes you can overdo it, definitely. Just playing, say for example, if that vignette was like a color as well, that would be kind of neat. So it's like the edges of our composition get kind of pinker and or more, I don't know, purpley blue, and then our middle section gets more focus blue. And then now we can actually go into color dodge and do our trick that I always love doing. Kind of need like just a nice blurry normal airbrush brush. Stop with all the fancy brushes. Let's just do a soft round. Maybe a soft round with pressure opacity, right? So I just wanted to, yeah, blow out a little bit where I want your eye to focus. Like, look, look there at this cool thing. You can even do it down here as well. Just where do you kind of bloom it out a little bit so that kind of catches your eye. This kind of continues the magic. I may have gone too soon into this, but I don't know. Sometimes I like. Whoa. Wait, where's my lasso? Keep it kind of under control here. And then we can bloom it now. Hide. Almost like a little bit lasso up here. And we can do the same. Hide. Where it gets kind of where's that blue again? The blue up front and then pink at the back. Did I make things better? Did I make things worse? That's the question. Put in a little bit of a bloom down here, maybe. Really wanted to separate, foreground from there. This could help too. A little bit of this bloom in the background here. Just kind of, I don't know, might be distracting. Just a wee bit. Again, where do you want me to look? Got so many points of interest, it's almost what's hurting it, but yeah, anyways. I might have gone overboard with my bloom. But even there, with the bloom, you can control it by coming in and cutting out some of it too. That. Like, oh, your bloom looks so dang blurry. Cut back into it. Now it feels like it's painting. Same thing here. Let's see. You can kind of control it. That might be hurting. A little bothered by this 1, 2, 3 right here. What did I say? don't have these kind of repeated patterns. Yeah, that's all right. It's pretty good. I don't know. There's always more that can be done, isn't there? That's the sad part here is things are only abandoned and so like yeah, I may have overdone this part here. Let me reduce that a little bit. And then this other part here with the blooming, always reduce that down too. And this other part here, yeah, it's all right. And then let's see this pink. Yeah, it's a little better. Let me see here. I don't know. It's like you could just keep playing with it until you ruin it. What I do like, the things that are successful about it, I think, are things like the fact that my foreground feels like foreground, and my middle ground feels like middle ground. I don't know if my background feels like a background, but at least I got my foreground and my middle ground down. This is a weird looking tree root thing. I kind of like that. I don't know. I might hate it later on. Oh, I haven't resolved any of the airships up above. So that could be something that I've yet to do for finishing touches. Um, let's see. You know, I didn't want to go in here and put in any like photo bash elements. Oh, also I like the reflection in the water. Um, yeah, I didn't want to do the photo bashing thing as I did last time. So, you kind of, at some point you just gotta like go like, stop detailing, on it. I may still do a few tweaks here and there. Um, but overall, I think I'm pretty happy with it. Let me, I think the key here is actually to shrink it down and see, can I read this? Can I tell what's happening here? Maybe there's elements here, like for example, all that detail right there is unnecessary, so I may make some big executive decisions at this point. Just be like, all this crap right here with all this like, you know, all that, maybe it should just be blue. After all that, you're just like, what? Yeah, sometimes less could be better. Not more. Less is always less, but less is sometimes better. Just not so much. Like, calm down a little bit, you know, getting a little bit too distracted with all the elements going on here. Yeah, maybe less, it's more. Just bring it back with like a little bit. Again, yeah, I do highly recommend this exercise of just shrinking it down, squinting your eyes and saying like, where is it like too detailed or too distracting? You know, like maybe I should combine that into one mass. Just something like that. Sometimes it's unnecessary to have so much extra. Sometimes you just kind of come in and go like, you know what? That's creating an unnecessary tangency. Oh, by the way, yeah, if this airship was kind of off the ground a bit more, that means the shadow would be a little softer because, if it was like really close, then yeah, but I don't know. It's kind of a tiny airship that's, a bit off the ground. I think I still need to maybe put in like a secondary color on that, like some gold trim perhaps. That might be kind of fun. What would that look like? You're never done. You're never done. Let's try it. I just put in an overlay layer and see if I can, I don't know. Like, what if you could change up the material here? I don't know. Maybe the end instead? Yeah. Oh, try this. Like that? Yeah. Victorian looking crap. What we call fleur de lis. Just kind of a trim. Maybe a hard light. Yes. 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 Like that. And then do is come back and hit some of your highlights as if there's some edge detail. Actually, I should do that with like a very sharp. See here. See how that kind of gives it a little bit of thickness to it? Just hitting the highlights here. And again, not necessary to do it for everything, but just a bit. Then I can darken this underbelly part with this gradient and putting this on, what you'll call it. Wait, gradient? Yeah. So the bottom part gets a little darker, and then the top part gets a little brighter. and just adjust it afterwards to kind of go, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. Out there. Yeah, I think it needs a little steampunk love with the materials, perhaps, doing a little bit of that to all this stuff could help. But I mean, overall, not the worst thing I've done. So, it may be post-worthy. Alrighty. Let me see. I should probably end it with like a large image of this thing. Yeah. Yeah. I always catch something along the way. Like, for example, like this sweep right here hits that. What an ugly. Oh. Like, how do I avoid this? Ruin behind, cut it out. Just trying to, what do I paint out to not make it sweep the same way? Like this thing needs to like almost stop right there. Yeah, maybe that's for the best. I'll catch these things and then I cannot unsee it. These tangencies, the bane of my existence. All right, cool. Yeah, whimsical-ish. I could always, take it further again, but don't do it in a way where you create new tangencies and then you gotta paint more to get yourself out of it. Like trying to cut back into it. You know, like that. There's always more to be done. I think I gotta finish up those ships. Maybe, well, next week's vacation, so I think I might work on this a little bit more, but you kind of get my idea. Let's see if I can open up my previous file and see if I've ruined it completely. Fantasy. Where's my fantasy painting? Uh-oh. Did it go away? Where's that? See, this turned into Fantasy Painting 2, but where's Fantasy Painting 1? Ah, dang it, I may have. Let's see. Well, there's always my flash drive. Good old reliable flash drive. Let's see, Fantasy 1. All right, so it's where we were, it's where we're at. Yeah, I think it's a little better. So, yeah, just keep working at your painting. Make sure the lighting uh, and the atmosphere stays consistent. If you change up your story idea like I did here, make sure you really sell the crap out of it and have fun. Have fun. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.